That is definitely the ending of my starting weights because I will never weigh more than that. I can promise you guys that.
Delusion. Convince yourself.
You are Chernobyl, dog.
Atomic penetration, rapid fire through your skull. Shot it on when taking it back to the days of trying to lose control. Carving in a blaze of fire, raging through my bones. Oh shit, I'm feeling it. Take it on! Hell yeah, fuck yeah, I feel like killing it.
Welcome back to Wish for Death Island, Population Me, and you know, our island's movie theater just opened. I'm very proud of this, so much so that I made you a feature myself. You'll laugh, you'll rage, probably be sick, and eat orange chicken in embarrassing amounts. But me? I did all those things except the chicken one along the way for you. But I'll stop my rambling, so let's begin. Welcome to Amberland. Those of you who have been around the channel for a while will be like, "But Tara, you talked about these before." Well, yeah, I did. Before I hadn't realized the rabbit hole that I had fallen into. Over the past couple months, I found the hater community, become one, discovered much more in the realm of my Sherlock Holmes detective work that I will show you soon, and you can think of this as a documentary of sorts, one that shouldn't have been made. Amberlynn's origin story starts in 2013 with the start of her channel, which had the original name of Life with Amberlynn. Her first video was published on the 17th of November, and it was called Nervous plus Awkward plus Weight Loss Vlog. So she clearly says this is a weight loss channel, and it's a venture into weight loss, and I want you to remember that, as well as I want her to remember that because she forgets from time to time.
I'm also getting, am I still on Weight Watchers? Why haven't you done a weigh-in video and this and that? So I'm going to update you guys on everything regarding what's been going on with my whole lifestyle change. I do want to say something first. This channel is not a weight loss channel. Hi, my name is Amberlynn and I wanted to start a YouTube channel for weight loss.
So a couple things of note here. You can see her snake bites and her eyebrows. I know that's petty, but really. She looks notably smaller, and she also brings up a thing to later be known as the famous 89 pounds. This is something that she uses a lot nowadays as an excuse to make it sound like she knows what she's doing, but in this video, however, she genuinely seems to use it for some productive motivation, and that is something that I can very much get behind. This is followed by the weigh-in, day 2 out of 365 on January 2nd, 2014. In terms of weight loss, I guess, this could be her first highly requested weigh-in on her channel, I think. She was somewhere around 300, I think. As well, on April 5th of 2015, we get to know I'm 24 and over 400 pounds, so I guess the 300 thing is a bit past now. Well, that's unfortunate. Something else that I want to point out is that despite some of the weight gains that she has in this early stage, there's clearly an effort to exercise and make up for it, and she genuinely seems upset at the smallest gain. There's a sort of attitude of, I will not get heavier, rather than the attitude that she has recently, which is, well, if I get bigger weight, I'll let you know. And it's sad. I'm going to refer to the past Amber as OG Lynn and present Hamatia Amberlynn as ALR to save us both the trouble.
Once I truly lose 100 pounds, of course I'll celebrate it, but as of right now, I am starting completely fresh with a whole new starting weight for this journey. This will be weigh-in 1, completely fresh. I'm honestly devastated. I'm just gonna move on, accept it, let it kick me in the butt so it'll motivate me. I'm gonna become dedicated. I'm gonna become determined, inspired. I'm going to prove everybody wrong and myself. For February 9th, 2015, my starting weight is 380. Looks like it's just a little... Oh! That's cute! Oh my god, you've hit your 5-pound milestone. We're celebrating you and your amazing achievement. From the Weight Watcher family. Well, it's actually not Weight Watchers anymore. It's called WW, which actually stands for Wellness Wins. And this must have taken a long time to get here because I've been down those 5 pounds for a little bit of time now. Oh my god, it's like a little keychain. I'm literally crying. Like, look how...
Are you? Are you literally crying?
So we will cut to our first eat with me. I'm not calling it a mukbang just yet, because it's more of a backseat to her vlog. I think that the mukbangs, in my opinion, are when the food is something that is forefront and she takes a backseat to the food. Whereas in this one, she's clearly trying to push herself to the front. However, with someone with her ego, it's kind of funny to see her push the food to the forefront when she's the one who always wants to be on camera, but I'm just getting petty. In this one, on the 25th of February 2016, we can see Amber being very sensitive to Destiny's lighthearted joke. Destiny is the girl who's holding the camera.
Amberlynn in her natural habitat.
What?
Denny's.
Was that a fat joke?
It's like OG Lynn is the hero in the first part of our movie trilogy who's learning to use her powers, and when she finally faces off against the big villain in the climax of the first act, ALR looks down on her broken form and says, "We're not so different, you and I. You could join me." And then OG Lynn gives up to the dark side and ends our story on a dark note. And, okay, the really sad part is in this video they're actually not eating that much comparatively. Ugh. On March 11, 2016, in our weight loss vlog, she now says that she is 461 pounds, and she says that she now weighs more than the scale would handle, so she needed to buy a new one that is much more heavy duty. Incidentally, this weight gain started and will continue around the time she started filming herself eating. I have no idea how that's connected, but it's kind of an interesting thing, isn't it? It's probably nothing. But then we get a massive string of mukbangs, each one with more food than before, and one on almost every type of food she loves. Who am I kidding? She loves all types of food. Spicy, highly requested mukbang on May 6, 2016. Bigger portioned Chinese food on June 5th of the same year. Then we get ramen on the 22nd of June. The McDonald's infamous mukbang with the face that she makes on July 10th. Pepperoni pizza, but I don't like pizza, but I don't like pepperoni, but I had to film a food video, so I forced myself to eat, but I'm also doing weight loss and I have an eating disorder. July 15th.
Eating 3 pretty big slices of pizza. Pepperoni. I'm not really a pepperoni girl, but oh well. So I don't know if I've told you guys yet or not, but I'm on a pill to help me like curb my appetite or whatever. And it's kind of helping. It's to the point where I kind of have to like force myself to eat right now. I really don't want to eat. Like, I don't. But I haven't eaten today at all. And that's not good.
The cereal bowl that is so fucking large in proportion that it's in a damn casserole dish. She says she found this after all the other dishes were in the sink, and clearly if you had a weight loss journey you don't need to make an effort for smaller dishes or anything. On July 26th, and some sushi on November 1st.
A good old cereal mukbang. This is the only bowl that's clean. Be eating Captain Crunch. It's the Captain Crunch's berry kind. I think I'm doing mukbangs wrong. I don't even know anymore. I just do it because why not? There are people who enjoy these videos. I, for one, enjoy these videos.
But finally after that we have another weigh-in on December 29th, and she says that she lost some weight, but she also weighs 467 pounds now, so she clearly weighs more than before. So how much did she gain from all of that food to only lose like 2 pounds or something? I don't... And she already started lying and stopped trying. Jesus, it doesn't get any better than this, guys. But on Jan 16th of the next year, in 2017, she now weighs 489.2. So she just gave up. She really doesn't seem to care. She's acting like she does, but that's something that you'll become familiar with. Does she get a wake-up call from this? Does she exercise? What do you think? We get a string of mukbangs, March 7th, June 1st, September 18th, December 13th, to round out the year and basically cement to her now rapidly decreasing loyal audience that she has no intention of sticking to her promises, whether her promises to herself, her loved ones, or you. Don't forget, she started this channel specifically so people could give her stuff to keep her in check, so she could get accountability for the stuff that she's doing, and clearly she doesn't want to do that anymore, yet she's still uploading content. That's kind of interesting. Well, we get our way in on the 22nd of May at 508.6. Why? I thought you said you were never going to be 500 pounds. Oh, you're joining Weight Watchers now? That's kind of an MLM, but that doesn't really matter because at least you're trying. Oh, but if you're trying, why did you upload a mukbang on June 19th then? But then you are trying because on August 28th you say you lost like a pound from 532 to 531. Wait, you gained 30 fucking pounds from May? She steps on the scale in November and is 551 pounds. That's 50 away from 600. So we get 3 more mukbangs, a Subway one on November 6th, a spaghetti one from November 17th, and just 4 days later, a Burger King one on November 21st. It looks like these are picking up. Like, between November 6th and November 17th, that was at least an 11-day gap, but now it's just a 4-day gap? That's kind of strange. The frequency is alarming, and people are equally concerned because her weight gain means that she is also eating worse off-camera as well. Like, there's a common argument of, well, mukbangers can lose weight as well, but
mukbangs shouldn't be done by people on a weight loss journey because that's the only things that the viewers see. That makes sense and all, but my whole thing is like, this is, first of all, this is my life. I'm an adult. I can choose what I want to do versus what I don't want to do.
That's because there's a balance of eating very normally, or at least very healthily off camera, while eating and maintaining a very strict way of eating on camera, when she is clearly not doing that. Then we get her starting 2019 weight on January 6th, a whopping 560, and it's heartbreaking, but unfortunately expected.
January 2019 at 560 pounds. I'm doing a front shot.
Oh damn, you must be wondering to yourself, that's a fucking roller coaster. What happened to the rest of 2019? We'll get to that.
I'm going through some stuff. I feel like the world currently right now, my world, my little world, is completely just like falling apart. It's like, wow, maybe people don't want to see me better myself. I don't really know. The vlog that went up today, a lot of people like really hated it, and I just want to let you guys know that I promised that I would upload for 100 days in a row, and during that time there will be days where, you know, I go through really personal things and I just don't want to vlog. So that was one of those moments. Just don't yesterday. Do it. So that's why the video was like really bad.
No, people were upset with you because you literally went on camera and talked about how it's okay for a 600-pound person to consider to continuously keep doing mukbangs on their channel.
Inconsistency of the dates. See, Amberlynn Reid takes bulk recordings and uses them afterwards, like way afterwards, like maybe it will be in like the next year and she's still using them from last year. One of the recent examples is it'll be like November like it is now, but then she'll have it used on August, and then she'll lie and say it's not from August. I understand that once in a while that's all well and good to do. A lot of people do that to schedule their videos, and I think that's a very good practice. However, the problem with this is, 1, she's a vlog channel that's supposed to be up to date. 2, this is 99% of the time where her uploads will either be very, very recent and then she'll pretend that it's spaced out, or she'll just have an upload from like last year and pretend that it's very current. And it's just a straight up lie. This is also, and this is more speculation, but honestly I believe this through and through, she stopped saying the dates in her videos and she stopped being up to date because she's pissed off at how accurate the cycle is and how many people use the cycle to sort of measure what she's going to say next. So she gets pissed off at that and just decides to scramble the dates for us so we don't know. So if I say that this video is uploaded on a specific date, then yes, it's updated for us on a specific date, but it was made some other time and I don't know what that is.
But was filmed at the beginning of June and the end of May, and then you quit weeks later, so all of this was pre-recorded, so how could people have voiced their concern?
So the first thing I want to say is that
in the middle of my weigh-ins, I actually do start saying the dates because I feel like it's important that you guys know
now it's important
when this is being filmed. I am still majorly behind on videos, and I do apologize about that.
She's only
An example of this is in one of her recent weight loss doctor stints, where on July 14th and 15th of this year, she acts like she's gonna follow the weight loss doctor that she finds, but then on the 20th, she says that she doesn't want to anymore and that the last videos were months ago. Even though these were only uploaded for us days apart, that means that the July 14th and 15th one were some other month entirely, but we don't really know what they were, and it seems very accelerated to us, but we don't actually know where she is at all, or what she's doing, or what she has been doing during those months that she gave up. So were they even shot in July then?
We get geared up for this one with the truth about how I lost 89 pounds. She also talks about being a Weight Watchers kid. We then follow this up with I went to a weight loss doctor, where Amber shows a few clips of her at the actual doctor's office, tells us that her earrings are heckin' heavy.
And also I have like earrings on now and stuff.
Goes grocery shopping, and then comes home. We leave on the note that all is well, and we're going to give this a good old try.
The weight loss doctor of the world. Like, I love it. Like, you could tell that he has just done this for a long time. He lost weight himself. 4 years from now, he thinks I can weigh 310. Literally, a professional weight loss doctor told me to do this. So as you guys know, a couple weeks ago, I went to a weight loss doctor. It's so obvious what works for me. I just have to do it. I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me. A lot of people are gonna be upset with me, but I'm not following my doctor's plan anymore.
Why do you take so long to update weight loss on a weight loss channel? So here's a really dark thought, and I do apologize if it does get too dark, but really this is a very serious thing that I want to get across. So that is, if her videos are really that far back, and she really does have such a backlog of videos to get through anyway, if something happened to her, like she either succumbed to her illness or unfortunately passed away, we wouldn't know this. We wouldn't know this until the videos run out, right? Because that is something that is a very, very high possibility. So we would be talking about this person like I am now, and acting like she needs to take accountability and making jokes and doing all of these things when she isn't even with us anymore. And then when we finally find out, it's way too late. I'm just, again, I really don't mean to sound like I'm trying to push a specific thing or like make light of it, but that is genuinely horrifying, and I really wanted to bring it up because when it occurred to me when I was writing down my dot points for this video, I really just sort of sat back for a minute and thought that really could happen. And I don't think I've ever quite looked at a YouTuber like this before. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where that could be a possibility, and that's very bizarre. It's bizarre, but it's very scary as well. But pardon my digressions, you must be wondering, if you're saying some weight loss lies and old videos are enough to say why people actively hate her, surely you must be nuts, right? And yeah, I mean, if I was mentioning stuff from the past that no longer applied, then I totally get why I would be the bad guy here. People change and you should allow them to change by not constantly waving their past mistakes in their faces. But if there wasn't some controversies to go along with it, then maybe you'd be right. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Because there are some controversies and we're going to talk about them now. I know the title card for this section of the video looks like some sort of HBO comedy, but see, one of the biggest insights into ALR's bad attitude and abusive personality is the stuff that we get when her partners become ex-partners and decide to talk about it. The first one is very thematically confrontational and could upset you, so if you're not really in the right headspace to listen to very serious abuse allegations and stuff like that, then maybe skip a bit.
Alright, if I could say one thing to her, just live an honest life. Nothing comes out of lies and deception. Really, it doesn't.
So there's this person called Casey, and Casey is what I will be referring to him as well as him because he has transitioned, is the first known partner of ALR from before her channel started, so he's not in any of her videos. In 2016, on the 13th of September, he made a rebuttal video to ALR and provided evidence for his grim claims on his channel Casey and Friends that you should check out for further information, including the receipts, of basically, I think, a relationship that they had about 9 years ago now that spanned for like 3 years when Casey was 16 and underage, by the way, and ALR was 18. ALR moved in with Casey and his mother and was a serial moocher, as well as extremely violent to Casey and would be extremely bitter as well, never doing any housework or lifting a finger to help, sending Casey to school with bruises, and one time stole his phone and took numbers from it. She also made out with 3 other girls during their relationship and actively set up her next relationship with a woman named Krystle while she was still with Casey. So she was talking to Krystle 6 or 7 months before Casey's breakup. She also made it seem like Casey was the abuser and used this to get sympathy gifts from their friends. So Casey was basically being gaslighted, blamed, and all the while being the one who was actually abused. She even threw glass at Casey's mom once, and after the relationship, Casey had to spend a week in a mental hospital and had to get a psychologist. ALR afterwards not only used abuse claims for views publicly in front of all of us as strangers, not just her friends, and also made a rape allegation against Casey and wrote this terrible slam poem about it, but also deleted it and did not address it despite the backlash that she got for a false allegation.
Speaking Up by Amberlynn Reid. Gambling our life, rolling dice like knives on a platter. Who will survive? Will it be the false nightmare you spit, or the reality I have tied to a place of sadness, and now revealed and altered into madness? Spider to friend, friend to spider, enemy grudge and love lost. Using my name to put yours on lights? What happened to all the fights, all the times? No, I am not perfect in any way. No inside the lines, no glitter outside, no gracefully worded rhymes.
I like how she puts her heart into it.
Insane. Escape the thoughts and the online taunts.
The online taunts.
Just admit you were wrong and play a different song.
She also frequently misgenders Casey, as even though she made a video in the past getting mad about some waitress apparently calling her other girlfriend Destiny an it or a him, which is something that people think might be a lie as well, because at first she gets mad that the waitress called Destiny a him, but then later on she retells the story and said no, it was an it, and there's an inconsistency there. But then again, ALR lies about everything, so whatever.
And that makes me really sad that people think I'm transphobic. Like, I don't know actually where that ever came from, because one of my very, 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 very best friends, is transgender. So I don't know why anyone would ever say that. When I have talked about my ex before, I have slipped and said her, and I did it a lot, and I can say that 100%. It's because when you first find out that someone is transgender, especially someone that you knew for years, literally years, as a he or a she, it is so hard. It's so hard to change what you once knew. And when I was dating my ex, he was a she. So I feel like there's 2 different people. There's Cassidy, and then there's Casey. I was dating Cassidy, who was a girl, and then now there's Casey, who is a guy. So when I talk about Cassidy, I do say she, and I don't mean to offend anybody at all when I do that. I am not transphobic. Preach! Like you can go on my Instagram, look, like, I like old stuff. Everyone deserves to be treated with respect. I shouldn't even have to sit here and preach it because someone literally just said AL is transphobic. So no matter what I say, it's never going to change anything. If I disagreed, you guys would know that. Like, I am here and open, like an open book. But again, my best friend is transgender. So I can't sit there and be best friends with someone if I was transphobic. That doesn't make any sense. Literally makes sense.
When there's clips to prove that she's transphobic.
Very, very depressed because I opened up about something that was 100% true. And I'm coming to tell you that she completely lied. And so I sat there and made this whole other video on September 23rd, 2016. That is, how long is this? Wait. 22 minutes and 29 seconds long. Talking about everything that Casey lied about when we first started dating. The things that I went through while being with her. More things.
They're all freaking out. Okay.
I'm sorry. When I was with her, I was with her as a girl. So I'm talking about Casey, the girl that I was with. That's who she was. But they know her as Casey, so it's confusing. It's confusing, trust me.
Left the mall, and I want to share something that happened at the Cheesecake Factory. I don't know if it was a mean thing of me to do or what. The waitress kept calling Destiny a sir, and it's like, Destiny does not look like a sir. Don't care what you say. I understand she has short hair, beautiful short hair, but she has girl features. Like, I don't understand, and her tits are huge. Anyways, so we're not the type of people who are gonna say anything. Like, that's just how we are. But when she gave us back our receipt, and I wrote the tip down, and I signed it, and all that, I wrote, P.S. She's a girl. Like,
Destiny was up getting something. Mind you, the waitress was super fucking sweet. I'm just gonna say that. But all of a sudden, when Destiny got up, she started calling Destiny an it. Not a girl, not a female, not a she, not even a fucking he, which happens sometimes. An it.
See, out of the picture, Krystle became the next girlfriend. Now, a common thing with ALR is that she always tries to get money or whatever and stays with the family. So Krystle's family was apparently giving ALR an allowance, like she was their kid. And this led to people speculating that they were paying ALR to date Krystle.
Will message me and say that he thinks that I was being paid to take care of Krystle. What? Like, what? That's like a conspiracy. Like,
Now, I mean, I've talked about this in a video before. I think I said it was a theory. I don't know if it's true or false or whatever, but I find it highly suspicious that two adults, two parents, would pay someone, a 23-year-old, mind you, someone who's fully capable and able-bodied to work, $1,500 or $1,700 a month to just exist in their house for nothing. Okay, for years. And they did that for fucking years. They supported her. I mean, first of all, to be so fucking low that you're willing to just take money from strangers like that. Not only are they fucking sheltering you and feeding you, but now they're giving you an allowance every month. I think that there are more strings involved in that whole transaction than she's willing to be forthcoming about. And
you can also see, such as on April 9th, 2014, during their GF tag, that ALR forces Krystle to be on camera with her despite how uncomfortable Krystle looks, and she also mocks how quiet she is and talks over her, basically belittling her at every chance. This is not something that is new or something that stops at all throughout her channel.
Why won't she talk?
Even Amberlynn's making fun of her for not talking.
Dinner time. And I don't feel like cooking.
Is that it? Is that the only appearance of her in the video?
Amber's being a bitch. She knows Krystle didn't like to be filmed for her vlog.
But she's probably got the autism.
okay, so as you all know, she's super shy. So I'm gonna be here for her for this moment.
There's also a story from Casey's account of ALR getting extremely angry at Krystle for getting her an iPod of only 8GB instead of the gift that she actually wanted of 36GB. Yeah, getting angry at someone for getting you a gift that's not as extravagant as the one that you wanted. Yeesh. So after Krystle, we get Destiny, who is the key player in this story as well. She started talking to Destiny way before breaking up with Krystle again, see the pattern, and they met online, as she says in some of her videos about how they met. Again, you'll see more belittling, purposefully bad camera angles, and comments like, well, you need to lose weight and stuff like that, as well as after they broke up talking about how Destiny gained a lot of weight and stuff like that.
That was kind of yikes. Was Becky's highest was 280 before she met me. She reached 297 while we were together. It's very common for people to gain weight in new relationships. I'm not saying it's justified, but come on. I haven't been with Destiny in almost 3 years and she's still gaining weight.
There are also incredibly sexual moments between them on camera, like touching each other, making out, talking about how they just had sex, and there's a Snapchat video of ALR basically fingering Destiny on camera. ALR also seemed the happiest and most energetic at this point. After this point, apparently Destiny made comments saying that ALR has awful cooking, but I can't find them. Ugh, archiving blues. But things start to get rocky, and we see that in order to buy back Destiny's love, ALR buys an inordinate amount of Christmas gifts in November and films Destiny opening them. A lot of them look like dollar store junk, I'm just saying. She even follows this up with a video called Buying My GF's Love and tries to debunk what we're saying but doesn't. All you need to know is that she doesn't actually respond to anything. That's something that you can say about basically any video that she has talking to people about things that they've accused her of. But 'twas not to be. as Destiny broke up with her, which ALR tearfully informs us about, looking quite worse for wear and saying that due to her anxiety, she made Destiny sleep in the same bed with her for like months afterwards before they moved away from each other.
Well, how come she's still in the vlog?
His hands were so brown.
Why did it say single if she's still in the vlog? We do still live together. We don't want.
Oh, dude, remember when Amber was... I don't know if she talks about it in this video, but remember when after they broke up, how Amber made Destiny sleep with her in the bed every night? Because she had anxiety. So crazy.
Want to lose each other in the sense of like being friends and stuff. And we're even still sharing the same bed.
Becky did seek her out. Becky was like, remember, like Amber was like, oh, Becky was a fan and she messaged me on YouTube and blah, blah, blah.
I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? It's very much an attachment thing. I feel like I'm honestly not going to be able to sleep alone.
She does talk about it.
My anxiety and my depression is through.
She's so manipulative.
Absolutely.
She's such garbage.
But her breaking up with me has done damage to my heart. It's completely broken. And
Destiny now has a vlog channel with her current partner Dana, and she states that in a video that while her and ALR could still be friends, the amount of drama that ALR attracts is unhealthy and too much to deal with. It definitely is.
I am drama free. Okay, that's one of the reasons I was so tired of Amberlynn. It's just too much drama, and I'm not a drama person. Just not. Like, I just didn't want to be any part of it. I don't want to be any part of this. I understand that hate comes with YouTube or whatever, but Amberlynn has nothing to do with my channel now. Mine and Dana's channel, mind you. Mine and Dana's channel, it has nothing to do with, she has nothing to do with what me and Dana do in our lives. It's her and Becky now, and me and Dana now. There's no, me and Amberlynn, oh, do you still talk to Amberlynn? I mean, I do talk to Amberlynn every now and again. I mean, we're friends or whatever, and we're civil with each other, but y'all always mentioning Amberlynn. If you want to talk about her, go to her page. This is mine and Dana's. So.
But also, there's an allegation that ALR made about Destiny apparently hooking up with Dana before breaking up with ALR, so cheating. And this is more suspicious with the fact that Destiny started dating Dana the next day after the breakup. However, this Snapchat came out of ALR saying that her accusation was a joke, and Dana and Destiny were in on it. So she is pissed that none of her audience got the joke, I guess. So I guess when you're fine with the internet thinking that Destiny is a cheater and don't want to clarify the joke beforehand, it's your audience's fault. Plus, in the comment of the day responses where it was brought up that she denies even making the allegation.
Confused with this one. By I'd leave my man in a second, and how Becky should grow some balls. It's because I am friends with my ex. So I just want to say that Becky is also.
I think it's more than that. I think that is part of it, though. I think people very clearly see how much you kind of mistreat and abuse Becky in the situation that you're in.
Also friends with a few of her exes. And there are so many other people that we all look up to.
Once again, because other people do it, Amber must be able to do it. I mean, I don't understand that philosophy. Like, if other people can say and do things, why can't I say or do things? If other people do shitty things, that doesn't mean you should turn around and do it yourself. You can be a better person. How about you just be a better person than the examples you were given?
Who we all enjoy watching, who also are friends with their exes.
So she has this thing called Comment of the Day recently where she looks at the stupid fucking website with terrible fucking CSS and picks a random comment and then responds to it. They usually hate her comments, but she does it anyway because of views. They're now also very close friends and they're all in her vlogs again, despite the fact that Destiny said before that she didn't really want to be in the vlogs before. I don't get it. Our current girlfriend is Becky, who I think has been around since like 2017 or just 2018, I'm not sure. But because of Destiny being back in ALR's vlogs and the fact that she seems to just straight up ignore Becky and lights up whenever Destiny is in the room, there's this sort of backlash that wielded a response video of being friends with my ex about her lack of affection towards Becky and a lot of affection towards Destiny, where she tries to defend herself by saying that other YouTubers are friends with their exes, so that means that I can, and ignoring the circumstantial things that make people mad at her but not mad at other YouTubers. This is again something that she does a lot. Other mukbangers can lose weight, other YouTubers are friends with their exes, other YouTubers hoard makeup, that means that I can do it too. Becky met ALR by sending a message to her on Facebook after coming across her videos, and the message basically reads like one of those creepy PM things boomer dudes send Instagram thought. Plus there's a rumor going around that this message might be fake, but I don't actually know that rumor or what it entails, so I'm just going to skip over it for now. It was kind of confusing to keep up with. Becky says that her justification was that this girl is so beautiful and getting so much hate for literally no reason. I must white knight for the poon. And they eventually meet up at a Casa Grande, I think that's what that's called, we don't have them here. And it is incredibly awkward. So as you can see, they basically have zero chemistry, and Becky seems to really be irritated at times that the camera is shoved into her face, as she should be.
Cutest thing! Oh my god, it's bright.
Becky is literally turning into Destiny.
Cutting your hair short, because I think you would look so good with short hair. Yeah, I don't know if I'm willing to do it.
So I get that question a lot, and people always tell me, you know, you'd look really good with short hair, but I feel like I disagree. I feel like people with rounder, fatter faces look bad with short hair because it makes their face look rounder and fatter.
Them titties, I forget about everything else.
What?
I don't know. I kind of wanted the undershirt, and I felt compelled to say that.
Oh, okay.
Rapping it, I just like the instrumental stuff. I used to hate Emir, but I like them now.
She always brings food to ALR and has to try and sleep at like 2 AM while ALR is recording videos from their bed with really harsh lighting, and gets really bad angles of herself, forced to do mukbangs and tell stories while ALR looks really bored at her and doesn't hide the fact that she doesn't care about what Becky's saying in front of all of us. Before you say hashtag free Becky from this situation, Becky ain't no fucking saint either, because a little while ago, this year in fact, something from a now disassociated former partner from someone in Becky's family states that Becky would incessantly message their daughter, saying, hey, we should hook up, despite getting the answer of no and harassing them, basically. These messages apparently went on while she was in a relationship with Amber. So, So now we get to Rafe. Rafe is not a girlfriend, but a friend. Someone that Becky had actually dated and known as a close person to her for most of her life. They're very, very good friends. However, despite Rafe trying her best to be friends with Amber as well, she one day gets high with Eric and talks about how she just doesn't really like Amber because Amber seems so fake that there's no real version of Amber. Amber constantly switches from thing to thing, personality point to personality point, and you can't really keep up with it. But then Eric decides to snitch and Rafe tries to explain herself, but Amber is having none of it and doesn't want to talk to her anymore. And now Becky doesn't want to either. So she basically lost her best friend and someone that she tried really hard to work with.
Say her life revolves around food, because that's all she would talk about. It's either Becky or food or YouTube. I don't know. Oh, can someone tell me what's going on between Amberlynn and Rafe? I'm confused. I talked to Eric, which if you guys watched the videos, Amberlynn was playing video games with him, and I was high. I was tripping pretty hard, and I talked about her because I didn't feel like I knew her. Even though I had spent so much time with her, I didn't feel like I honestly knew Amberlynn, the real Amberlynn, and that's what we were talking about. And he went and ran his mouth, and I don't know. It's just sad, because now me and Becky and Hannah, well, of course me and Hannah are fine, but Becky's not talking to us. Let's see. Miss Holly said, do you think that you two could rekindle your friendship? Or is it too far gone? Too far gone at this point. I'm sorry to hear Becky is upset. I get it, but yeah, I tried to talk to Amberlynn. I tried to, explain to her that was just stuff that I was venting. I thought it was in confidence. And I don't know. Amberlynn wants it to be about her, give, and nothing in return. Yeah, when we went to Pride, from our house all the way to Lexington and back, she only gave us like $10 for gas, and we bought her water and snacks and stuff, and she was like, oh, is 10 enough? And Hannah just looked at me, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then the next time we stopped for gas, Becky filled up the tank. So, are you guys still friends? No, I don't really think that we are friends. I apologize. I told her why I said those things and what happened. She just was really angry and pissy sounding over via text, and she just kept going over and over and over about it. And I said, I'm sorry. You know, I can't take back the things that I said, but I wish I could. What was said, like what happened, can you explain? Yeah, I can explain. I said that I didn't know her. I said I didn't like her because I didn't feel like she was a real person. Like, I didn't actually get to talk to the real Amberlynn. I was talking to some sort of facade. I said that I didn't like her. She was annoying. That she had things that I didn't like about her personality. I may have said some names that I didn't mean at the time. I was inebriated. I was high. Yeah, it's really dumb. I wish he wouldn't have just ran and told, you know, Amberlynn was like, oh my gosh, because he said he didn't like her either. I think he was purposely driving a wedge. But oh, Amberlynn is here. Amby, you want to talk? Seriously, if you want to talk, I don't care. I'm sorry about the stuff that I said.
So with all of this, I think the turning point personally, in my opinion, was the Casey thing. Because in terms of her audience moving away from her, because I think that beforehand, her subscribers were becoming slowly disillusioned from her, like, fandom, I guess. There was this sort of thought that was forming, like, I don't think this chick is taking weight loss seriously, so I just don't want to follow this channel anymore, but I wish you the best of luck attitude. But then the Casey thing comes out with the false rape allegations and the abuse claims, and then everyone starts going, holy shit, you are actually terrible as well. You're not just a weight loss scam, you're like a fucking horrible person that accuses people of rape. And that's when people started like trying to find out what was going on with her and digging and archiving and doing all of the stuff that's going on now. Plus there's a tweet from when Amber still had Twitter of her saying that she deleted hundreds of videos as well, so other stuff that was going on then, I actually have no idea if it was worse than what we know. So that's my opinion on the tipping point of her subscribers. However, we are not done yet. So she has a couple of pets, as you can see, and she is not the best carer for them despite having their fur baby interests in her heart at all times, as she claims. There's a video with Destiny of them throwing kittens around. Amber has a couple moments where she throws her pets and shoves them aside, and her main dog Twinkie is overweight and her nails are extremely horrible. They're just poor thing. There's also a video of Amber forcing a screaming Twinkie into the lake with her. The lake that is really fucking disgusting as well. There's also a video of her talking about a vet visit, and she basically films the vet without knowledge. So she seems to do everything she can to make us think that she is a good pet owner besides taking care of her pets. So this is gonna be a weird one, and I'll direct you to a video called Catfished by Amberlynn Reid by Michael B. Petty for more information, including screenshots. But basically, Amber has a history of pretending to be other people so she can defend herself by infiltrating hater groups on a 24-hour gay op. So the accounts confirmed so far that she has done this with are Ola Plazinski and Hannah Baxter. Of course, Damon White on Facebook and Discord. There was a Facebook group, I think it's still around, called ALRD, which is the Amberlynn Reid discussion group, and this was key because around the Casey thing, Amber shut down her comments, as I mentioned before, and people had to talk about it somewhere, so they made a Facebook group. And then this guy called Damon White enters around the start of 2017. There's a screenshot that a mod got from someone of basically them offering Amber this fake account and Amber saying that she wants the account to infiltrate the groups. She seems to obsessively stalk the group too, like defending herself after the smallest things. Like someone saying that Amber acts like she's living the high life and flexing when she really doesn't make that much. Damon jumps in saying that she made 4K and that's actually a huge amount and oh my god, I'm so proud of her. And then Amber on her own Instagram brags about money suspiciously soon after this comment was made. It seems the damn number always changes too, like I don't know, fine you can flex, but I'm sorry you don't flex. I mean, you hate flexing, of course you don't flex.
Like I'm not trying to flex, I'm just kind of like proud to own more makeup. See, what I don't like about when you go to the ATM, there's like a limit.
Right.
Our limit is like really low and I don't know why. Low, like, oh god, there's hundreds in there. I hate flex.
So on Discord as well, she would constantly gaslight and ask people for proof that she's lying, even when the proof is given to her. Damon would go, well, I don't see actual proof and stuff like that, and he also fat shames her by saying stuff like the scale is screaming and stuff like that when she steps on it. And he also repeats other people's criticisms to blend in, but doesn't really listen to the criticisms, like says stuff like she needs to do something about her weight soon, otherwise she'll die and stuff like that. So clearly she knows this and she has like a bit of self-awareness, but she doesn't actually want to use that and further develop it. So you can see the things that like sort of bug her or trigger her this way as well, like money, eating, lying, contradictions, and sob stories. She always refers to herself as ALRD in these chats because she thought that her name in the chat was ALRD when obviously that's the name of the group. Like, how do you fuck up the name of your own name? It's your own name. Damon also says that you should smack a dog in the mouth if it misbehaves. Please don't do that. That's abuse. She also says stuff like, we live in a society where we don't believe people unless we have proof. Oh geez, the judicial system? Fair testing and scientific proof? Never heard of her. She also defends herself on the rape allegations and still alleges that Casey abused her. So even if she deletes all of the stuff and says that it never happened, when it does come up, she still thinks she should have the right to abuse Casey further by spreading rumors. Casey just can't fucking escape this, and I personally think that he is very strong for dealing with this, and I definitely think you should check out what he has to say. One of the ways that people got suspicious of Damon was the weird amount of personal screenshots that he would have from Amber's messages as well. He would have screenshots of his computer screen with these messages displayed, and people were like, where did you get these from?
Then Damon White shows us the pictures of him taking pictures with a phone on a Windows computer, which even made it more suspect. It was like, where are you getting these from? Like, what? I don't know. Like, it was fucking so weird. I remember watching this all go down, and during this time I was active on the group or whatever, but I didn't really respond to.
In terms of friends as well, I mentioned Rafe, but there are some other random people like Shauna or whatever, before they suspiciously disappeared. So you might see them around like 2013, but you wouldn't see them afterward. And basically the idea behind this is people think that because she is so controlling and so like specific in things that you are allowed to do around her, and she's so demanding, that these people just kind of wanted to leave. And you can also see this as well with her roommates Eric and Ricky, Becky, and then Dana and Destiny now, and also Becky's family and the way that they treat her. They seem to have been much more together before, and now they're very distant, so it's like they're getting sick of her as well. But again, these are all like speculations, I guess, but it's very important to point out. A lot of the stuff that we have to go off of is just speculation, unfortunately, because of the amount of lying and scrubbing that she tries to do of all of her content. Another quick thing is Aunt Tammy. This is too much to throw up on the channel now, but she has a verified Kiwi Farms account and routinely corrects Amber's lies, so you can also see how much Amber really lies about. And as I said, there's way too much to go into about that, so I'm just going to leave that out in the open. That is something that is very real.
And she's posted 100 times on the Kiwi Farms. And she still apparently reads it. She was last active less than a week ago. So she joins the site to talk shit about Amberlynn, and I guess to call her a liar.
Yeah, she called her out on a lot of shit. Just a lot of lies that Amber told about her childhood, basically. I mean, Amber lies about everything, so it's not that hard to call her out on shit.
So this is a little intermission. I don't think I've ever done this before, but this video is really long. So I know that this video is a lot to digest as well, so I put a quick minute intermission in here, just allowing information to sink in before we get going. Basically, Amber is a couple years of intense controversy and oddity that I'm trying to condense into this video, and it's kind of a mess. But I do want to say, if you're enjoying this video so far and you want to see what else I have, I'm not really a drama channel, but I do just talk about stuff that I find interesting, which includes like weird reviews and everything. So I'll direct you to my favorite videos that I've done personally that I'm really proud of. So if you like what you see from there, then I really appreciate it. Maybe leave a comment for this point in the video to see how you're going so far and what you think, and then maybe compare it to when you finish the video. I'm really curious to see what you think. I don't know, I'm kind of recording this beforehand as well. I don't really know what's going on, and I have no idea where I put this intermission, but boy, be prepared for what's gonna happen next, because Amberlynn is one fucked up roller coaster. Anyways, I'll stop rambling and continue. Oh boy, bet you didn't think GoFundMe would be a part of this, but here we are. This one is a fucking roller coaster. Huge credit to Aphrodite's Peach, who did a bunch of videos on the topic that I honestly could not have managed to piece this together without, so this is very important. Also, this is very confusing, but it is extremely interesting when looking at Amberlynn's character and also everyone else around her, so just bear with me. It starts off with someone named Annie commenting on one of Amber's videos about how she's a best friend of Becky's mom, Norma, and how Norma has had breast cancer for a little while now, but Amber is not really helping and only gave $100 to help out when she clearly makes much more money and much more money is needed to help out. And also, Amber is apparently mad at Becky for the whole situation. Annie also brings up the GoFundMe that Norma has created.
Amber, this is Annie. Why are you getting upset with Becky just because of everything going on? Right now, it is not about you, honey boo boo. Don't act as if you don't know me. I watched your channel for way too long. Virginia days. But anyways, that's not important at this point. Becky needs you just like my best friend needs me. My best friend is fighting breast cancer, and I love her so much, and I'm in this fight with her, so I don't know why you're not supporting Becky, and a better way you're to worry about what I'm putting out into the computer, YouTube. This is really sad how you're acting. And yes, we did make a GoFundMe, and yes, I'm going to ask other YouTubers to share. Becky does not need to have no stress. She has a lot going on with her mama. If you have a problem with me, get my phone number from Becky's family. Have a nice night playing games.
So then we get someone who is in the sort of archiving sort of hater community named Miss Future Becky Williams on Twitter and YouTube, who contacted Misty on Twitter. Misty is Becky's sister. Misty confirms this is the actual GoFundMe and confirms who Annie is and says that the GoFundMe is called Norma is Kicking Cancer's Ass.
Conversation with Becky's sister regarding Annie, a friend of Becky's mother's, comment on Michael B. Petty and a few other reaction channels. No, Anne was going to make it but then asked me to. I have made a GoFundMe for my mom. It's Norma is Kicking Cancer's Butt. That's the real one. Please spread the word for me. But Annie is my mom's best friend and she was just trying to help, but thank you for being concerned. We truly appreciate y'all and everyone wanting to help and for the prayers. And then at Future Becky replied, thank you so much and I will let everyone know. Do you know if that profile from YouTube is Anne's? If not, I'd like to report it and make sure everyone is aware.
On Michael B. Petty's channel, Annie left a weird comment saying that Amber is making the situation all about herself and isn't helping. Misty said that Amber was helping money-wise quite a bit and Annie is wrong.
Hi Michael, my name is Annie. I'm Becky's mom's very best friend. I want to make something very clear. She's trying to bring all the attention to herself as always. As we all should know already, Becky's mother has breast cancer. And no, she does not help at all. We are making a GoFundMe page for Becky's mom to help her with her journey with breast cancer. To Amber to ask for help, Amberlynn gave $100 to help with the stay of a hotel room, but the drive to the hospital for surgery was a 7-hour drive, plus they had to stay 2 nights, and no, Amber did not go. And now she has to have another surgery this week because they did not get all the cancer. And Amber is worried about loading some dumb videos just because she's money hungry. But myself, I live in Maryland, and you know they live in Kentucky, but I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this disease, and I just don't want to sit on here and butcher it. But Becky's one sister said she will try to come get me once I see my doctor to get an approval because I would love to be there, unlike Amber. If people only knew the real Amber, they would not watch her at all. She's a very cold-hearted person, very money hungry. And Becky's sister replied, yes, that's the real Anne, but I will say this. Amberlynn and Becky have helped a lot more. It's just not spread around of how much. I know a lot of people hate her. Everyone has an opinion. But I can say that through this, she has helped money-wise quite a bit. And Amberlynn has to upload videos to make money to help my mom, lol. It was just Annie ranting about Amberlynn, and that's okay. I personally get along with Amberlynn right now. She has made some big changes, and I am very proud of her. But thank you so much for bringing this to my attention and making sure that this is legit. But I made the GoFundMe this evening for mommy. Thanks, darling. I hope you have a great night, heart.
Everyone at this point was extremely confused. But then people went through Annie's accounts and found a 2-year-old comment of her basically making fun of Amber and saying that Destiny should get away from her on an extremely old video. And this was before Amber even knew Becky, so it was really strange how the so-called friend of Norma is involved in the channel from way before. She also posts a Facebook comment clarifying that she is in fact friends with Becky's mom, but it's weird because she makes the comment in the Amberlynn Reid discussion group that I talked about before. Why would she be a part of the hater group on Facebook? This is just really confusing, and people were still very, very confused. On the 13th of September 2019, Amber releases a video called The Truth with 4 dots instead of 3 and I Want to Die, and she hands off to Becky to explain. Norma is getting 7-day treatment and radiation therapy, and for some reason it says that the GoFundMe is listed on behalf of Jerry, who is Norma's partner, even though it should really be listed to go to Norma herself. It's just strange that it's listed for someone else. And people pointed out that you can't really get 7-day treatment like that per week, so that was another strange thing. Nevertheless, Amber pins a comment of Norma's on her channel with Norma saying that Amber really is helping and you shouldn't be thinking otherwise. Amber then makes a community post clarifying all of the situations. Becky is not getting a job because she needs to take care of Norma and they're not begging for money, etc. It's a very long post, but Aphrodite's Peach breaks it down and I will play that now.
2. To all of the people asking why buy Torrid when you can help Becky's mother, Amber says, why not both? She says that she can decide what she does with her money and it goes to bills, Becky, her pets, wants, needs, and a whole bunch of other things. 3. Amber says that her and Becky are not begging for money. 4. To everyone asking why Amber was in this video with Becky, she says that it is her YouTube channel, Becky is her girlfriend, she cares about Becky's mother. She talks about how the video was hard for her and that she was choking back tears and had to edit a significant portion of it. 5. The money from the campaign will be used for treatments, which is not 100% covered by insurance, which is important later. Gas for treatments because she is going every single day, and hotels, surgery, etc. 6. Amber says that Becky makes money by being in Amber's videos. What is hers is Becky's. Becky is not Amber's caregiver. 7. She apologizes for what Annie has said and that she titled her video The Truth, ... because they were clarifying things and also wanted more views so they could give more money to Becky's mother. I did forget to mention above that all ads played in The Truth video will be given to Becky's mother for treatment. 8. Amber says that there are people saying asking for money is too much, and she says that is why GoFundMe exists, and she feels happy to be able to share this campaign among her following. 9. Becky did not originally want to talk about what was happening, but since there was speculation, Becky's mother suggested that they make a video. 10. Amber thanks everyone for their support around what's been happening.
Finally, Norma left a now deleted comment, I think, on one of Eric's videos, Amberlynn's roommate, as I mentioned before, saying that he should be ashamed because he is not spreading the word of the GoFundMe. I think that's a little unfair because he's not really part of the whole family affair, but whatever. Then, Jerry's ex-wife jumps in on Kiwi Farms in a verified account, saying that when she was with him, he kicked out their daughter for being gay, and has this whole thing about withholding the daughter's belongings and trying to make her pay for a car and all this stupid shit. Are you still with me? Then on September 16th, Amber releases a video called Update and privates the truth ... video and makes a further community post about the certain protocols regarding donations that made her private the previous video.
The video about Becky's mom's cancer has been deleted by me because I had no idea about certain protocols when it came to talking about donations, ads, proceeds, monies, charities, etc. If I did, I would have never spoken upon it. I've contacted YouTube and spoke with them and they suggested to take down the video. I explained to them that other channels might have already uploaded it and they said that would be their channel's problem and no longer mine. My advice, delete the video too. Also, Becky's mom will be making a video for my YouTube channel about the false rumors that have been floating around. To the best of her ability, she's hoping to clear some things up regarding the slander and accusations.
Meanwhile, on Twitter, Misty starts calling people names and starts saying that she hopes that they get cancer. Lovely. She also then says that Annie is now a liar. even though they seemed hunky-dory before. Someone contacted her on Facebook saying that she should really confirm if the Twitter account is actually hers to stand by what she says, and every single question that she is asked, she says that you should ask Annie instead, like Annie is a fucking lawyer or something, when she clearly says before that Annie is not to be trusted, and it's very confusing. Then a YouTuber called Charlie Gold, who does reactions in that sort of community, makes a live stream talking about the GoFundMe and trying to find out what's going on, and Norma spams the comment section basically saying that she is telling the truth but everyone is telling lies, and we should all be the ones who prove that she's telling the truth instead of her just giving us proof herself. Not only that, but speaking of the marriage, apparently Misty and Norma were involved in a staged fake wedding specifically designed to get back at the ex mentioned on Kiwi Farms. Yes, I'm serious. They made a fake wedding. I have no idea what's going on. It also comes out that there will be a hotel and gas money budget for what the GoFundMe money is used for, when this clearly wasn't mentioned in the original post. So that's an issue. So finally people start saying that Amber might be scamming them and asking her about it for answers. Another hated mukbanger in the same vein called Fupa Booty. That's not her real name, but that's something that I want to call her because she seems to really want to strike every single thing that has her face or name in it, so I'm trying to avoid that. Post on her Instagram desperately trying to get in on the drama to get attention, saying that if Amber kills herself as a result of all the accusations, it's our fault. Misty then privates her Twitter and rearranges all of her profile pictures and everything to make it look like someone else, and it doesn't really work because she doesn't know how Twitter works, and Amber's update video is just more gaslighting.
And it breaks my heart that like people want to believe things that fit the entertainment that they want. I just want to apologize to anyone who has felt offended during this, and to the people who have donated and they feel like they shouldn't have. Do not believe rumors. That is honestly the only thing I can tell you guys.
And now it comes out that Norma will not be making a update video herself or saying anything else on the matter, and Amber just shuts down all mention of the GoFundMe, and we have not heard of it since. Big oof. I just don't fucking know what to say.
Afterwards, the daughter shared texts between her and Becky. Becky talked about how Norma threw her out of the house at 15 because she was gay, and apparently tried to ask the daughter out a few times. I don't know if Amber knew about Becky hitting on my daughter, but she does now. Somebody asked, "Have you ever met Becky? Could you maybe describe in your own words who she is?" And she replies, "I have only seen her once in the parking lot at Walmart. My info is from the many texts that were sent to my daughter, which I read, and my daughter's interactions at work as described by my daughter. I hope this answers your questions." Somebody asks, "And just to confirm, Becky is hitting on your daughter while Becky was already shackled up with Amberlynn?" And she replies, "Yes. Becky texted, which I read, that someone in her family suggested that Becky should be in a couple with my daughter, and Becky really liked the idea that they could be one big happy family." And she followed this up with, "Also, this happened after Becky returned to work from hurting her leg after being with Amber. My daughter turned her down, and Becky's whole attitude changed towards my daughter. And Becky started the harassment of my daughter at work."
So then we get to Shrimpgate 2019. So during Amber's channel's lifetime, as you can tell, a lot of people have slowly been mounting criticism on her about the fact that mukbangs really do not help her with weight loss, and yet she chooses to do them anyway. So all of these comments keep adding up as her channel grows in notoriety, and it eventually gets to her, to the point where she gets extremely fed up and makes a video on it. On the 3rd of April 2019, she sits down with a shrimp mukbang, which includes a party pack of shrimp. The suspicious thing about this to me is that the shape of the party pack dish looks like it was already full before, like the inner ring was also full of shrimp, but it looks like she ate some of the shrimp and then arranged the last two to make it look like it came like that instead of it just looking like I missed a whole bunch. And she eats as much as she can of it and then says that she won't eat anymore when she clearly eats a lot of it off camera. We know her by now, we know she does this. And in the video, she also talks about how mukbangers can lose weight at the same time as eating mukbangs. She's sick of her audience telling her and Fupa Booty that they should do what we say when they're adults and they should do what they want. And we're only seeing half of what they do in real life on camera. She's clearly advertised herself as someone who wants to eat on camera at all times to record herself for accountability, but apparently she doesn't do that anymore. And she also ignores any of the actual criticism and says that either you're with her or without her.
This all tracks, this all started when Obese to Beast released a video pretty much pleading to Amberlynn to let him help her lose this weight and to actually be successful on her quote unquote weight loss journey. So when he reached out to her, I was like, my only criticism to him was, and I even wrote it on, if I can find the comment, I'll find it, but I even said, just be careful with her, because not everything that you think she is there's more that meets the eye with her, and there's a reason why people dislike her. There's a reason why people do not like Amberlynn Reid, and it's not because she's fat. Now, Amberlynn was so hyped, so excited about Obese to Beast, and what did Amberlynn do? None of it. She didn't keep the only information that she retained or used was information that would help her continue doing the behavior that has led her to become almost 600 pounds. So when that happened, and I think when Obese to Beast saw this, he was like, damn, she can't do this by herself. As soon as he started spitting logic, as soon as he started spitting facts, I knew it was a wrap for him.
But I think I've started to notice that I think what's might be more important, or at least just as important, is making money on YouTube. That she is, Amberlynn, you are very close to dying. And that sounds like dramatic, but I truly, truly believe that, and that is very, very real.
Another person that did try to reach out to Amberlynn to help her with her weight loss too was Everyday Damn Fitness. In his mind, he thought, well, if I plead to the sensibilities of Amberlynn's family members, then maybe they can step in and help save this girl's life. The sad thing is that he doesn't understand that Amberlynn doesn't really have a family.
Over 500 pounds at 5'3". Everything is going to be very, very, very hard. I can hear how hard it is for you to breathe. I can hear you having a hard time breathing through the camera. You need help, woman. Like that. If you actually care about this woman, if you say you care about her, actually show it and beg her to get help, because she is in very serious danger right now.
Has anyone super close to you sat down and had the talk about your weight? And she replies, no, never.
Mukbangs shouldn't be done by people on a weight loss journey, because that's the only things that the viewers see. That makes sense and all, but my whole thing is like, first of all, this is my life. I'm an adult. I can choose what I want to do versus what I don't want to do.
After this, there's a exodus of about 8,000 subscribers or more, and she quickly uses the damage control by posting a series of Snapchats compiled in a video of her simply saying that she's apologizing. It's more of a non-apology, and she says the reason that she uploaded that video was because she put effort into it anyway, so she might as well upload something that she puts effort into, because that's justification, and then puts the entire thing behind her. So, that's all of the major controversies out of the way, but I've specifically left a lot of the other ones for further into the video because I think that, I don't know, there's a specific way that I'm trying to structure this, but there's so much wrong with what she's doing in her life that I might make another video after this specifically talking about stuff that people think I missed that I need to address as well, because otherwise this video itself would be like 5 hours long. But now we're going to talk about the main thing on the channel: weight loss, eating, and pyramid schemes. Yes, you heard that right, pyramid schemes. The essential oils have found you, and there is no escape. One of the things that you'll be able to take note of here is the famous 89 pounds, which is where she once lost 89 pounds before she started the channel and uses this for motivation. Long story short, I believe it was when she was on Weight Watchers, and she has a bunch of feelings about Weight Watchers now, basically saying that she thinks it helps her and saying that she thinks it doesn't help her, and then it does and then she doesn't. It's back and forth with this one.
Weight Watchers, it was allowing me to eat very unhealthy. It was allowing me to weasel in a pint of ice cream. I had McDonald's 20-piece nuggets twice in 5 days. So many people were inspired with me doing the Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers program is amazing, and I feel like I let a lot of people down by quitting. I haven't canceled at all.
So since I haven't canceled, I am going to keep trying on Weight Watchers.
And then she gets back on it again and eats a bunch of their products on camera, and there's this weird thing where she like vacuums a chip into her mouth.
This is such a good choice because I can eat a whole can of Pringles in less than 10 minutes. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I eat like 10 at once. I'm just like, and that's
She's also aware of the state that she's in, at least in a way, I think, because she goes back and forth with like trying to preen herself on camera to improve her appearance when she thinks she looks gross and stuff like that, but it ends up just coming across as really narcissistic and annoying. I know that what I'm about to say sounds extremely nitpicky, but if you put it in the context of everything else that we've talked about, you can see why it's so infuriating for people. There are full compilations of people showing her looking in the viewfinder to look at her own appearance, making duck lips in the camera, twirling her sideburns and her greasy strings of hair and trying to make herself look pretty and dainty. I don't know, it's really gross. It also shows that she doesn't really care what she's talking about, because in serious conversations that she has on camera, you can see in the middle of what she's talking about that apparently affects her so much, she is twirling her sideburns and like making duck lips in the camera and looking at herself, and it's just weird when you get distracted by your own appearance when you're trying to talk about something serious. When confronted with this in the comments, she then responds saying that she is always looking in the viewfinder because she's ugly, and when you think you're ugly, you can't be narcissistic or something like that.
I want you guys to know that I'm not, like, someone sent me this on Twitter. It's like people, every time I like look in the viewfinder, people think I'm vain for it. So I'm not a vain person. Like, I think I'm ugly. So it's like, I literally think I'm an ugly person. So you can't be vain if you think you're ugly.
Publicly as well. One time she was walking out of a Chinese restaurant and rudely pushed past all of these people that were coming in. And one of the people says, she looks like a beanbag in a hurry.
Beanbag in a hurry.
Where's Becky?
Amber didn't actually know that this was said to her, and only later on someone told her on I think Snapchat, and then she made a video responding to it and watching it through and realizing what was said to her. She then uses this in a video that she uploads talking about fat shaming and discrimination that she's going through. Now, I understand that people go through stuff like this. I understand that discrimination is very real and people are very discriminatory against someone else for their shape, size, color, gender, whatever else. And it could give you a very uncomfortable feeling in public. I know that that's a thing and I acknowledge that. But Amber makes it sound like she cannot help the situation that she's in. Someone in a wheelchair or someone whose skin color is the direct central focus of their discrimination cannot help the situation they're in, but she clearly made herself this way and she's acting like it's everyone else's fault that she's fat. One of the main things that she talks about in terms of discrimination is just the criticism that she gets. She is criticized because of things like making it sound like Casey raped her and doing all of these other things, yet she acts like the only reason that people don't like her is because of her weight. And it's just, it's extremely insulting to people who actually go through discrimination, who talk about stuff like this, and then she comes along just like steamrolling all over them. Amber, stop acting like you are being persecuted against when you are the one to blame for these things. I understand that this is hard for you, but you also refuse to do the only things that will help you in these situations, so you can't exactly act like you're powerless. This isn't the first time that she has responded to people who give her criticism by cherry picking and misleading. One of the other people in the reaction commentary community, Zachary Michael, responded to one of her videos. She actually made a video responding to what he said. In this video, she purposely cut up what he's saying to make it sound like he's being an asshole to her and erasing all of the nice things that he said about her. Every time he says something genuinely supportive, she cuts it out of the video or acts like it's him being sarcastic and claims that this is bullying. He even admits to this, but then also says that it's okay when she does it.
So fucking sensitive. LMAO. And the cat's pajamas answered, "Are you talking about yourself?" Amber said, "Nope, talking about people who read into everything I say and twist it and make it bad." The cat's pajamas right back goes, "Oh really? Is that why you have to edit videos to make others look bad, when really you just can't handle someone telling you the truth?" And Amber quote retweeted the cat's pajamas and said, Ha 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 ha. But yet most of the reaction channels do that very thing to me. But it's totally fine, right? What a hypocrite, lol.
There's a consensus that I personally agree with, that Amber chose to react to Zachary instead of anyone else in the community because Zachary is one of the nicest people in this community. You have people like Michael B. Petty, who I've mentioned earlier, who are nice in my opinion, but they also can be really sassy to her when it needs to be. Zach chooses to be a bit more casual, I think, with the response, and he does come across as someone who wants to be as supportive as possible, so she goes after the nicer people on purpose to try and see if she can guilt them into taking back what they said, or just walking all over them, or manipulating them, because she thinks that it's easier to do that with someone who's nice than to do that to someone who's a bit more sassy. And this really just shows what her agenda is. She's really not someone who tries to fight back against victimhood. She's someone who wants to manipulate others into giving her things. She even on Twitter, when people asked her about it, accused them of harassing her and claimed that the abuse that she goes through online is the same thing as someone in a nightclub who got raped and people blame the rape on what they were wearing. I am not kidding, she actually says this.
The key word is choose. Kids don't have a choice, they go to school by law. You're joking, right? So if a girl chooses to wear something sexy, that means it's okay for her to be harassed. Since in your opinion, if it's a choice, it's totally fine. Oh my gosh.
There's this app that she uses called MyFitnessPal that she has always used across different areas of the channel, and it basically counts calories as far as I'm aware. I looked it up a little bit, but I didn't use it, so I don't really know entirely what it does. But it gives you stats on what you ate when you log in what you ate per meal, so it like groups a bunch of stuff that you ate, and then during the day it'll give you like the overall contents of what's in your body. This would be all well and good, and a lot of people use it to lose weight, but she, rather than use this to eat less, uses this to defend why she eats more. For example, she'll say that the reason that she fucking ate like a man who is starving in an all-you-can-eat buffet is because she is a bigger person and needs much more nutrients, when the nutrients she's having is really just a bunch of Reese's cups.
Girl, ... You're eating a salad for 5 people. If you want to lose weight, you need to cut your portion sizes down.
Agreed.
Okay, so I disagree.
Of course. Why am I surprised that the 600-pound woman who hasn't left her bedroom in a day is disagreeing with some sound advice on how to lose weight? Why am I not surprised?
I do disagree. When you're my size and you're counting calories, you do get a little bit more calories than the average person.
No.
Like if you're 190 pounds and you're trying to lose weight, like obviously you're gonna get less calories than me. It's all about the portions. To me, it's about the calories.
This is also used as a way to say that the doctor that she goes to try and get her weight loss on track is wrong. For example, she'll say that there's too much sodium, or she can't do this diet because 1,000 calories a day is way too little for her and she needs to eat 6,000 or something like that. Like one of them says that counting calories is bad for her because she'll get overwhelmed, so he doesn't want her to do it. Then she agrees with him initially but makes a video saying that counting calories is actually good for her and it's helped her all this time, even though all she's done on this channel is gain weight.
That's what he's talking about, because he's made tons of people lose weight. The thing is, I don't have to count calories. I am so excited for that, I can't even. He told me the reason why he doesn't want me to count calories is because he doesn't want me to get overwhelmed and stop. He says a lot of people who count calories fail. So I was like, that's true. I've been trying to count calories my whole life, and look at where I'm at. I was really excited not to have to count calories because that is like my least favorite thing to do in like the whole world. It's so overwhelming, but it does the job. I'm gonna be honest. Counting calories is like the #1 way of losing weight.
But she uses MyFitnessPal as a way to kind of create an excuse for that. She goes back and forth constantly with weight loss surgery as well. She either doesn't want it or she does want it, but she doesn't want it and then she does want it. She also acts like it's a very easy thing to do, like you can just get it when you want to, and when people say that she can't, she gets really angry. So I have no idea what's going on with that. It's like a fucking ping pong game inside her head. She wants it or she doesn't. In particular, there's this really strange trend where if she'll get a pyramid scheme diet like Weight Watchers or Optivia or a bunch of like Jenny Craig and a bunch of those ones, she'll say that the diet is amazing, and even when she gives up on the diet, she will say that the diet itself is really good and you should still use it and it's amazing, and basically suck the dick of the corporation that she is a part of, even if she doesn't want to be a part of them anymore. Like when she was on this diet called Optavia, which is clearly a marketing scheme, she says that even though she doesn't want to do it anymore and the food tastes gross, she says that's not the fault of Optavia, that's her fault. Or when she goes to visit weight loss doctors, she says that the doctor is a terrible person, or she says that the doctor is recommending her stuff that will make her sick, or like all of these terrible things about these professionals. Yet when it comes to a marketing scheme that just wants to make money off of her, she seems to really like them, and I don't really know why.
The thing is, I've done it all. I've tried everything except for weight loss surgery and except for the program that I'm going to be starting within the next week, and I'm freaking out. I'm so excited, you guys. I haven't been this pumped and this amped, this excited and anxious in a very long time. So, you guys ready for it? There's a program called Optavia that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people do. But I just want to give you guys examples so you guys can go look of people who are doing the program Optavia, and then I'm just going to explain it a little bit, because I will be making more videos about this and having you guys follow my journey. I am so excited. I have no words. I'm also very nervous. So on Instagram, you can follow Transforming Noelle. Her highest weight was 414 pounds, and her current weight is 180. Take a minute, let that absorb. Amazing.
The conspiracy theory part of me thinks that maybe she is also like part of the scheme as well, like she's buying products from them specifically to try and get people to join and like get money from them joining, but she doesn't have any affiliate links or anything like that, so I have no proof for this. I'm just sort of talking right now, but it just seems suspicious to me. Either that or she's really stupid. For Optavia and Weight Watchers bought $400 worth of food. That's like an entire pantry worth of food to start off with when she hasn't even tried them yet, and her research is just looking at their website. But it's okay because the Optavia one came with a shitty cookbook, so I guess $400 is a good price. So she tried this Optavia, whatever thing for like a couple days, and then says that she tried to eat some of the soups, and the soups were so disgusting that she could barely keep them down, but she forced herself to. And then she talked to her her fitness coach, and says that she's gonna try not to do Optavia anymore because it's not for her. Michael B. Petty decided to do the research for her and found some very interesting things about Optavia.
But I did a little bit searching, and I found out that Optavia is essentially just a subsidiary of Medifast. And Medifast is an American nutrition and weight loss company that's based in Maryland. And it has 5 subsidiaries. One of them is Take Shape for Life. And up until July of 2017, it had been known as Take Shape for Life, and it is now known as Optavia. So Optavia is essentially just a subsidiary of Medifast. So if you've done Medifast, you've essentially pretty much done Optavia. Now, this is where it gets interesting. It gets very interesting to me. In September of 2012, Medifast subsidiary paid a $3.7 million civil penalty for false advertising, and this was by the Federal Trade Commission and the United States Department of Justice. And this had to do with this advertisement. The advertisement for the Medifast 5-and-1 plan low-calorie diet told consumers that they could lose up to 2 to 5 pounds per week, and that these weight loss claims lacked a reasonable scientific basis and were unsubstantiated. Under the settlement, any further claims made by the company must be backed by at least one human clinical study. Right? If you've watched Amberlynn's video, you know that's the plan she's talking about doing. She's talking about doing the 5-and-1,
I'm going to be doing the 5-and-1 plan. So what that means is I'm going to be eating 6 times a day. It's going to be all very, very, very small portions. 5-and-1 means I'm going to eat 5 of their fuels a day, and the other meal is called the lean and green.
She also won't wear seatbelts. Doesn't really address why. She just says that they dig into her or something.
I was going to say something. Oh yeah, you guys are probably wondering why I'm not wearing a seatbelt.
I'm sure you didn't notice.
That's because we're in a parking lot and the seatbelt like thing is like digging into my leg.
She used to say that if she only lost 5 pounds when she weighs in, she will consider that a failure and will not be proud of herself until she loses 100 pounds. And that was something that drove her to keep going. But now she says that she's proud of fucking everything. Like, she's proud of getting up in the morning. She's proud of 3 pounds. She's proud of like 1 pound. She got this Weight Watchers achievement thing that looks like one of those form letters that you get from corporations. Like, dear, name here, you did really well. And she cries over it and says how incredible it is when it's just a 5 pound like plastic thing. Even when she was more mobile, she wasn't a saint either. She videos herself and was preening herself while she was dancing to music a bunch, but she also just trashes stores and blocks the aisles. There was this one thing where she was bouncing a ball in Walmart and then she almost like knocked the sign. She does the same thing now as well. She's just as shitty, but in the scooter instead, because she doesn't want to walk. And she also doesn't need the scooter, but she'd use it anyway. So fuck you if you needed that for your chronic pain or whatever. She wants to use it instead. So instead of following diets and stuff from actual weight loss doctors, when she's not in pyramid schemes, she's in Lexington eating 2 rounds of orange chicken, 3 packages of vegetables plus rice. Gotta deep throat that shit for the fetus, oh yeah. Indian food, Ben & Jerry's, Jack Link's jerky, soda, sushi, and a tub of cookie dough that says cookie dough on the top of it, but she mistakenly bought it saying that it was ice cream because she's an idiot, even though the store's name is called No Baked Cookie Dough. She is also not the best cook either, as you can see in the many spices and poor choices of processed meat. She made a massive deal breaking eggs. You are 28 years old. You can really tell how much mobility she's losing as well throughout the years too, but then she'll do stuff like go out and eat and claim that she's eating healthier when she's not. She's going out and living her life when she's just eating food. Not only that, but this is coupled with the intense food aggression and fat shaming of other people. There's this one clip of her trying to basically bully Becky over cereal. Like, heaven forbid someone else eats food. And then there's this one thing that she reacted to. Eric came home and he said that he went past some fast food places and she got really mad at him for not asking if she wanted food.
I'm filming. Oh, what do you got, boo-boo? Thanks for asking if I was hungry, boo-boo.
I made her late for work, boo-boo.
So, boo-boo.
No, I made her late for work.
Wait! I thought she didn't go past fast food.
Huh?
What is that over there?
And there's this other clip of Eric just like doing some unboxings for stuff that he bought, and you can hear Amber in the background yelling that they should let her in. So it's like they have to get their food and put it away in private before they let her in, and then she'll scream at them for not giving her the food. It's scary.
I'm excited to try this banana taffy. And then we got some more of these, which is great because we've already had. And then we got some more of these, which is great because
She'll be critiqued on it and go on to make other videos like no more weight loss and stuff like that, and wonder why people cared so much about her weight loss when she's the one who puts it out there in the first place to try and make people care. But I honestly think at this point that we care about it more than you do.
That maybe I just should not be sharing my weight loss journey whatsoever with YouTube. If that's all people are trying to look for is, oh my god, does Amberlynn have diabetes? I bet she does. I know she does. She should. Or, oh my god, I know Amberlynn is over 600 pounds. She's probably like 620. Oh, she's 640 now. Look at her face in this video. Oh, look at her body. Like, what?
Then afterwards she'll contradict herself again and do what she did around July 14th, 15th and 20th, as I mentioned before, where she went to the weight loss doctor and she says that she's going to follow it and then abandons it. Then she'll clickbait her emergencies, like saying, I went to the emergency room, and then uploading 2 random videos, then the explanation for the emergency room afterwards, not before she hypes it up on Twitter as if it's some sort of diss track or something.
Little problem was, though, in between these 2 videos was a video called The Truth About How I Lost 89 Pounds and a video titled Singing with James Charles. So in the end we had a first emergency room vlog, a story time about how she lost 89 pounds, or a reflection, whichever you want to say, a video of her reacting and singing along to James Charles, and then the next day vlog where she explains what is actually happening with her in the ER.
Jesus, I wonder if we care more about your situation with mental health as well. She once counted calories for 29 days straight and literally did nothing with this information. It's weird too because even when she years ago posted a video cutting her hair, the thumbnail that she used was pre-cooked bacon. Insert steamed hams joke here.
Put away some of her clothes. We're doing laundry. Got some right there. This is like the way that we do it. I fold and put them on hangers, and then she actually puts them in the closet.
So you do everything from a seated position while Becky actually runs around the house doing the chores.
She also tried to do 100 days of weighing in to try and incentivize her own weight loss, but she didn't do a lot. I think she made up to 30 days. Zachary Michael talked about this and actually did 100 days of weighing in of his own and actually made a lot of progress if you want to check that out. It also shows that if you're putting effort into other aspects of weight loss, these 100 days will actually help, but if you're like Amber and really just want to weigh in for no reason, it's not going to help you at all. To sum up all of those days, she says that she does a little bit of dieting, just loses like 5 pounds and then gains it all back and then gains more and then loses like 5 pounds again and then repeats again and again and again. It's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back with this one. But don't forget guys, the weight loss doctor says I'm healthy, just big.
Thinking I want a different doctor. I don't know, it kind of just rubbed me wrong when she said like, oh, you're just big but you're healthy. And something she said to me kind of stuck with me because I was bawling my eyes out and she was just like, you're healthy. Like she had my charts in her hand. She was like, you're healthy, but you are obese. But we can fix that.
She said that she has heartburn not because of her weight and the amount of just fat and other things that are pressing onto her all aspects of her organs at all times, but because of water. Water is the reason that you get heartburn. Water is the reason that you have diseases and other things. Water is just evil. The answer?
So, I know everyone is different, but this is important knowledge to have, and it worked for me. I have been getting mega heartburn for months now. Every single time I drink water, it started getting worse and worse and worse. Like, it's happened to me for years, but in the last like 5 months or so, it's been bad. So I started doing a lot of research. Turns out that for me, because I did test it and I really want to document this, that water with lower pH balances is what is causing me to have heartburn. At first I was like, it can't be that simple, because I thought something was wrong with me. I have been drinking higher pH balanced waters. This one on here says it's 7.5 or higher, which is good. Like, probably the best you could have is like in the 8s or like the 9s.
The higher the pH, the better for you, as she states, giving medical advice to her young audience that will probably start drinking dangerous fluids because of the fact that the pH is higher. Good job, Amber. Those 5 minutes of research that you did really paid off. Please don't drink fucking acid.
So it's like literally now I know. Higher the pH level, better for you. Like, that's moronic.
And it's not just that as well, she'll cognitively have this like dissonance where she'll be like, no, this food is actually healthy for you because it's not as unhealthy as like a pound of lard. It's like one of those things where you're like, if I break my finger, it's fine because I'm not stabbing myself in the kidney, so it's healthy for me. It's like, I don't know. So it hasn't exactly been a smooth ride. This hasn't been smooth sailing at all throughout her channel. And the thing that we're going to be talking about next isn't either. Amber spends a lot of money on things that she doesn't need. I mean, sure, it's money that she has to spend, to dispose of, but just there's a difference between buying stuff that you cherish and use every day and spending on things that you don't use and then throw away or give to people who don't use it either. She has a perfume issue. She has too much and she keeps adding to the clutter. She says that they get so old that they only smell of alcohol because of how expired they are. Yet in a Walmart haul where she buys things for her ex, Destiny, yes, that one, she says that she's gonna give some of the perfumes to Dana to donate them and throw the rest out to start a new collection. But you just said that a lot of them are smelling of alcohol, so you're gonna give Dana expired alcohol liquid? Is this some sort of way to get back at the fact that she took Destiny from you or something? I'm confused.
What I'm gonna be doing is I'm actually getting rid of all my perfume, completely starting fresh. I am keeping my body spray because those are new, but I'm talking about all my perfume. Pretty sure I'm just gonna give them to Dana if she wants them.
But then she also buys way more perfume in the same video. A lot of Ariana Grande, and maybe it just pisses me off because I really don't like Ariana Grande, but I don't know. She also buys a bunch of toiletries for Destiny and Dana. What, they couldn't buy their own fucking toothpaste? They're adults, I'm sure they know how to, but are you so eager to spend money that they knew that they could manipulate you into buying it for them? Are you really that desperate to get their friendship? She also buys hundreds of toys for their niece and shows the child on camera to an audience that she knows is comprised mostly of people that not only hate her but hate the people that she is associated with on the channel. So if I knew that I was in that situation situation, would I really take a younger family member or a younger family friend and decide to show them on camera as well? This child is like, what, 9 or something? She wants to show their face, but I'm not gonna show their face. I'm just gonna blur that shit out. I'm gonna beep out the name. You don't respect that fucking child, but I will. Unhealthy treatment of children? Never heard of her. She has a chronic addiction to buying from the plus-size fashion company Torrid as well. I'm not saying anything against Torrid. I personally don't really like the style, but that's more of just a personal thing. And they do seem like they do offer a lot for plus-size people, so I'm not going to argue against them itself. It's just the way that she uses it is what I'm talking about here. That's the problem with a lot of stuff about Amber as well. She'll use the fuck out of these things, and it's like, I'm not talking about these things in particular. I really don't care about them. If they work, they work. But the way that she uses them makes me sound like I'm being the bad guy by criticizing them, and it's awkward. Just in August to November alone, she spent $1,500 on Torrid. Just Torrid. She complains about the fabric, showing that she doesn't look at the fabric information before buying it, and we also never see the clothes again anyway.
Clothes, like I'm still wearing the same clothes from when I was 331. And also a lot of people
Clearly.
That, like, I hoard clothes. Definitely not. I have a small closet, and that's that. Like, there are other YouTubers out there who have closets and closets full of clothes, and people don't attack them. But anyway.
I mean, when we did see them, they were iconic. You'll also notice that there's a bra and a pair of black leggings that she wears all the time, and she's been wearing both of these things for years, to the point where they themselves are a meme. She never changes it up. According to my Sherlock Holmes investigation, my Nancy Drew Judy investigation, I think I found the origin of the tights, actually. I found a video called Fun Friend Times, and I'm pretty sure that the tights that she buys are the ones that she keeps wearing. And if that's true, I am a hero. She has a huge issue with buying journals and has a huge stack of them. She never uses them, and she also has so many earrings that she made a video trying to organize them, and it's mildly terrifying. This is also kind of one of the things where I get a bit nitpicky because I'm very personal about this stuff. I love journals. I buy a lot of them. I go to Typo all the fucking time, but the thing is, I use them. It's just really annoying to see someone mistreating journals this way. I feel the same way when I see people mistreating books. Books are one of the most precious things in the world. Maybe I'm just a fucking dork and read too much, but if you're gonna break a book, I can't be your friend. It's just really depressing to see all of this stuff go to waste. Especially with the whole tree planting initiative nowadays. Like, what are you doing with these? This has not changed about her. This has been one of the things that has just carried on and on and on. As you can see in older videos as well, like amazing shopping adventures. But hey, if you don't like that, there's always her ASMR.
I already dislike this. Oh my god, she's whispering.
I don't really want to whisper much in this.
Oh my god. Oh. I never thought I would ever hear like Amberlynn Reid whisper. I don't know why. I didn't expect it. Oh god, she's like caressing the candy bowl with a lollipop. Oh my god. Don't put the lollipop down. Put the lollipop down, please.
I've mentioned before, I really don't like ASMR. I don't like that, and I don't like mukbang or eating noises. I hate those things. But I think with eating noises, it's just disgusting. With ASMR, however, I can see why people like it. In the same way that I like listening to a storm or rain ambience sometimes when I'm trying to chill out. I understand why it can be good. But the one thing that I cannot do is like whispering, breathing voices in ASMR. And god, Amber, stop, please. She also did do 100 days of uploading, which she did 94 days of before giving up, which is kind of astounding to me considering you can't do 30 days of weight loss, but you can do 94 days of uploading filler content that no one wants to see. I guess as long as it's not an actual thing that helps you, it's perfectly fine to put effort into. Jesus Christ, the more that I continue with this video, the more like bitchy I get. With the help of Aphrodite's Peaches videos once again, I will summarize. There's Amber versus the reaction channels, trying Japanese food, mystery box videos where she paid like $50 for a box of junk that I could probably find in my garage somewhere.
Super random mystery box haul where Amber does not know what a coaxial cable is.
A cable of some sort. Okay.
The TLC story time where she never followed up with an interview with a show similar to My 600-Pound Life that wasn't My 600-Pound Life because reasons. Smears cream cheese and bacon on cucumbers and says it's a snack before stuffing it into her face. The psychiatrist episode where she gets diagnosed with like 500 different things in the first session. Her belly button infection. It was bleeding, by the way. And that was also the emergency clickbait thing. The weight loss doctor arc. A tree fell in her yard and she didn't fucking do anything about it. She went to Lexington, made a fat shaming video and did more shopping in Lexington again. She clickbaited about her disgusting tooth, the GoFundMe saga, the ASMR, and the leaving YouTube shit that didn't really last that long besides like 2 days.
Where Amber says things like,
I'm physically in pain.
And
I literally feel defeated, like I no longer know what to do.
And peppers in a little bit of,
I don't want to do this right now.
In this video, Amber said some big things and ended on that she was leaving YouTube. Little did everybody know, in less than 24 hours, wabam! Amber was back with another video called I Can't Give Up. In this vlog, she says that she is not leaving, and it became abundantly clear in this moment, in this video, that this entire thing was just another part of 100 days of uploading. We have why eating on camera helps me, breaking up with my girlfriends, in love with my ex, faking weigh-ins, where she answers assumptions that people sent her on Actually, why am I lying? I'm lying. Where Amber references some assumptions out of a lot of assumptions that were sent to her on Instagram, but doesn't really answer anything.
And that is what you missed on JoJo Part 5. One of her many excuses for various things she does, like this, you don't know me. That is the primary excuse. You don't know me. Here's the thing. We do. You record literally everything and claim you are being 100% honest and 100% yourself. So we do. Because if we don't, then you've been lying about you recording 100% honesty. She even made a damage control video called Hi, I'm Amberlynn, where she goes on lying for about 7 minutes straight, and as Michael pointed out in one of his reactions, that it looks like it's a promo for something, like she's secretly trying to get onto a show like My 600 Pound Life or like a reaction reality TV show, and this is her way of damage controlling herself in an intro video about herself, like a casting call, which is very interesting to me because I didn't really think of that before, but now that I'm watching it again for the editing of this video, it really seems like she is. But of course, this is not the first time she's thrown a pity party for herself. Then again, even though she talks about how she feels, she'll make videos like how I really feel. So when you were talking about how you felt before, were you not being honest? I'm confused. So she deleted Twitter earlier this year and she did not say a word about it, so people were really confused and ended up making videos Nancy drawing their way into the conclusion that she deleted her social media. As it happened, one day people just noticed and it was gone. She then went on a Snapchat rant, Instagram rant.
People think I'm lying about my weight, even though I have no reason to. I've always been super open about the number on the scale, even when I hit 500 pounds. People post crazy ass side-by-side photos saying I'm close to 700 pounds. It's not true. If it was true, I'd show it in a video. You have to realize that there are people online hoping I'm over 600 pounds. I've never been 600 pounds. My highest weight is still 572.4. People want me to lose weight so badly, but the minute they get the chance to say I'm over 600 pounds, they hop on it. In January 2019, I was 560. Here's a pic of that. Here's a pic of me from last month. Another pic. I have maintained. Even though people don't want to believe that, it's the truth. Here are the pics side by side pics. I don't like doing this. It's seriously so unfair to me. I put a lot of myself online. I share things no one else would. I continue to make videos even though 99.999% of my comments are horrible. I stay strong for myself. I stay strong for those who love me. I stay strong for the people in my life. Being called a liar day in and day out when everything you hear is just a rumor is absolutely disheartening. People have narrated my life into something it isn't. The internet is vicious. But what I share about my life and what I go through is my story. It's my story to tell. If you're gullible enough to believe rumors, take a hard look at yourself. Why do you love drama so much? Instead of spreading hate, why don't you spread love? Anyways, I'm done ranting. ... I'll continue to share my story till I'm no longer strong enough. Till then, stop taking me for granted.
In 2015, she was also found with a Tumblr post where she used the N-word. She lied about it and said that it wasn't her, but a fake account, like a deep fake that people were using to make her look like she said bad things. But Michael B. Petty found that Destiny's account at the time liked the post as well, so it's kind of strange how it wouldn't be real. She also knows how to garner the views as well with the real clickbait. With the Destiny ones, there are much more sexual clickbait tones, like sexy photo shoot and sex on the beach. By the way, the sexy clickbait has children in it as well, which I think is gross. And when it came to the actual health issues of Destiny's, she also clickbaited those as well. She made a Destiny update and brushes off Destiny's issues with stuff that, like, she doesn't actually need to go to the doctor, she's fine and stuff like that, yet she constantly plays up her own issues. She'll get like a pain in her leg and be like, oh no, I have cancer, I'm gonna die. I know I quickly mentioned the friends and the girlfriends and stuff like that before, but I want to talk about specifically key players like Eric and Ricky. They are a married couple who live with Becky and Amber, and Ricky is the one who has a real job and Eric is the vlog channel guy. So Ricky is like the most normal person here. Ricky is also the one that the people in the reaction community have the most respect for, because he seems like someone who just doesn't really care about Amber's drama and just does his own thing, which I can get behind too. There was a controversy of him like mistreating a baby or something on his channel, and he did make a video saying that he is wrong for doing so and he apologized. So I think that he does have integrity, and even though I don't personally enjoy his content or his association with Amber, I think that that's fine. However, lately there seems to be a sort of shade and tension between Ricky and Eric and Amber and Becky. Amber is also, now that Destiny is back in her life, seeming to really put effort into her appearance and just make herself seem a lot different now, a lot more energy. She is present in a lot of the stuff that Destiny does and tries her best to catch her out for wanting to secretly get back together, to the point where it's very creepy. I bet you if a guy was doing the same thing to an ex-girlfriend, people on Twitter would fucking throw hands. But the fact that it's Amber and Destiny, people are fine with it. It's just gross.
Honestly, I love hearing about Destiny and Dana, and I am so excited for them to move to Kentucky. It's going to start this whole entire new arc, and I'm very excited for it. Personally, I feel like Destiny is Amber's one who got away, and I feel like we've seen it in clips where there's like been a little bit of tension and it's just been awkward. I do remember in vlogs when they used to go on double dates, and I remember this one time when Amber was like grilling Destiny, and Amber was like, "You almost said my name. You almost said Amber."
Hey Dana. Hey Dana. Hey. Hey. Becky. Hey Becky. Hey Becky. Hey Becky.
I bought that exact bear for Dana last year.
Oh, I know. You almost said my name. Did you? It's like, she's like, Dana.
And then Becky, on the other hand, gets absolutely no affection whatsoever. It's honestly really embarrassing. She seems to be controlled a lot by Amber, and when she tries to give Amber affection, Amber looks disgusted. When recently Becky got a haircut, she seemed really done with Amber's shit, and Amber was trying to control her and make a big fuss about the haircut and keeps asking her over and over again, "Are you sure you like your haircut?" It was gross. But then she keeps going back to third wheeling Destiny and Dana once again.
Alright, y'all. She's
Becky looks
gonna
miserable.
Get her hair done. So this is before.
They move so slow.
I'm sad. Look at this. She has like healthy, beautiful hair. Do this.
Do you know how hard it is to take care of?
I do think it's better too.
0 through 10, how much do you like it?
I like it about a 9.
Wow. In place?
Who's getting a tattoo?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. Let Becky live her life.
Then there's the family situation. In a video I can't actually find called Explaining Everything, I think was deleted, she talks about the fact that her parents were drug addicts and her foster parents abused her and her brother is in jail, or was in jail. She changes the story every now and again, and Aunt Tammy seems to think differently. Becky's family, however, there was the GoFundMe thing as well, and then some shady posts on Facebook that people think are about Amber, but it's very confusing. Although she constantly changes the narrative, she also made a video once called Everything I've Lied About, where she doesn't really answer the most controversial lies, but does at least admit that she does lie, which is good, I guess. So with all of this, what's going on now? I think that her current weight is around 580 pounds, so I think it fluctuates a bit, but she's basically 600 pounds. Because of the weird angles in her weigh-ins that are completely unnecessary in my opinion, and the way that she acts around the scale, some people think that she actually weighs more than 600 or around 600 and is faking the weigh-ins. I'm more confused, so you can be the judge of that, but I think it's funny that I was a firm believer that she wasn't faking her weigh-ins because I just didn't know how. I thought they were like suspicious but not fake, and then as I researched for this video and now that I'm making it, I'm starting to shift to maybe she does fake them. I don't know what's going on. Her latest video I am stopping at for this video is the Halloween 2019 one on November 3rd, and I am actively aware of the fact that other videos have come out and I have watched reactions to them. I know what's happening, I'm current on that, but if I did not stop this video here, it would never stop, so I have to stop it here. In this one, she makes a big fucking deal about squeezing into this Hermione costume and says that everyone's setting up these pre-made party packs. There's enough for like 20 people here, but only like 6 of them show up, so yikes. She goes through some really boring party games and shades Eric and Ricky for having a couple's costume and cuts away before the actual party so we don't see it.
You guys did good! I'm just so glad it's not a couple's costume.
Wow.
Her health is not that good either. In another video she talks about how she has lymphedema that is pressing into her stomach. Her knuckles are brown as well, and she has sleep apnea, and it took her ages to admit it too, despite everyone telling her that that's what that was. She even puts concealer on her knuckles as well to hide the brown from time to time as well. I'm not sure why she does that, but she does. And she also fell twice from getting off her bed. Her bed is also on the floor, so it's... Unfortunately, with all of these warning signs, the only thing that she really seems to want to do is drink copious amounts of higher pH water. But hey, it's all of our fault. Another very quick thing that I actually find really funny is the sort of language that people use, especially in the hater community, that I'll just talk about now. Basically, haters, spelt this way, is a sort of joke phrase that people use because she calls everyone that disagrees with her a hater, so then the way that she pronounces it is also really fucking weird, so that's how that came about. But I also think that it's a definition as well. I consider haters people who genuinely want to give her criticism and people that used to be fans or people that found her and quickly pointed out all of the things that were wrong with her, and it's more of a harmless entertainment thing that they do. People that I've mentioned in this video that you can see are the people that I consider in that category, as well as the audiences. So they clearly want to talk about this stuff, but they do it in a way that does not cross a line to make it actually harmful in any way. But genuine haters are just people that, you know who I'm talking about, people who just want her to fail and stuff like that. A lot of these people don't want her to fail in the hater community. They're clearly not that way. So I think having that distinction, even though it's a joke, it genuinely is a distinction to me, and I wanted to make that clear. Another thing that is like, I guess, a meme of that as well is like the way that she mispronounces a lot of things. This is another personal thing for me because I want to be an author as well, and when I'm not good at a certain grammatical aspect, I will try my best to try and learn about that stuff because I know it's important to reflect in my writing. And for her to just do no research, do none of the important things, complain, and just not do that at all, it hurts my heart. What are you doing? But she says stuff like excruciating instead of excruciating. She says situation and type deal quite a lot. She says things like shooketh and this is what it looks like and I am living for this, and like all these really basic bitch terms that make me want to throw up in my mouth as I'm saying them myself.
In a relationship, if it doesn't work out in a romantic and intimate,
you'll notice a lot of stuff like that, and like they're in the reaction videos and stuff, people will say stuff like beanbag in a hurry or like orange chicken to like reflect a bunch of the stuff that she talks about. It's very easy to see once you get into these sorts of things as well, but I just kind of, as this is more of a documentary type of introduction to her, I wanted to point them out prematurely so that you'll be able to see them and identify them. A lot of people, I think there's not an official name for what she says, I think people just call her dumb, but I would personally like to coin the phrase Amberlynn Reid because I just feel like that's something fun to refer to. But let's actually talk about the community as well. You see, when people started to get disillusioned from her channel, there needed to be somewhere to go to discuss it all. Each of them did their own thing. Zachary was kind of friends with her at first and even messaged her from time to time, and he started with the After Lynn show on YouNow from when she finished her streams. Then he got to where he is now. Michael B. Petty used to record reactions privately for a few people before they said that he should start posting them publicly. They talked about it in a discussion on 2018 and on 2019 called the AmberCon, if you want to check that out. She has never flagged them herself, but she fluctuates between ignoring them and denying that they exist, or trying to rant or roast them or discredit them while portraying herself as the victim. So her own relationship with them is quite inconsistent. It's like her relationship with her haters is its own cycle. There's also pronouncing lie as la, like she does a lot. So you'll see it spelt this way, and you might see other things spelt that way, but that's what they're referring to. I am not really that experienced in the community. I have never really made a reaction yet, but it's funny because I've started off not knowing who she was, trying to question why people disliked her, falling down the rabbit hole of watching reaction channels and becoming a fan of them, and now I'm making shit like this, and I feel really tempted to do a reaction for her. If I did, I wouldn't do it on this channel, but I don't know what's happening. I'm just like fully into it. I am past the point of no return. But as you can see, there were a bunch of reaction channels that I've used footage from as well to give you the idea of it, and plus I really do like them. You can see a full list of them now on the screen. Since I'm not that experienced in them, a lot of people I might be missing out on, so if you do think that there's someone that I would like, let me know, because I'm always open to finding more content like that. So, with all of that being said, I honestly don't know what to say now. It's just, over the past while that I've been writing down notes about this, it's just seemed like the weirdest thing to me. It's just the strangest part of the internet. There are things that I never thought that I would see a creator do, and it's just, you get reaction communities based around topics, but I've never really seen one based around a specific person as heavily as Amber. Maybe the closest that you would get is like Onision or something, and it's crazy. In terms of this content, as you can tell with my H3H3 video, I have been making some longer form documentaries of sorts and getting into the swing of that. That's not what a lot of my content will be. I still like making like stupid game videos and stuff like that, so it's something that I'll pepper in here and there, but I have been enjoying this a lot. I hope that the video is not too long. Again, if you made it through this video, as long as it is, I have no words. That's incredible, and I really appreciate that. I was also thinking of some point, as I mentioned Onision before, there's a lot of similarities between him and Amber, and there's a lot of controversies, especially since Chris Hansen is getting involved, and I was thinking of making more of a series where I cover every single controversy in the same vein, but make it like a video per part of the era to really get into that, so let me know how you think about that. I think that I really need like a comprehensive list of stuff as a history of that whole thing, so if I'm the one to make it, then I want to make it. But next video I'm going to just do some like normal analysis of a thing that I wanted to talk about, so it's like a game related thing, so like I guess have fun with that. But so yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you could let me know what you think, because I did put a ton of effort into this and I also had a lot of fun making it. But yeah, just let me know what you think, and I don't really know what else to say, so I'm just gonna kind of leave it there.